that tire.
You can change a bike tire in 3 easy steps. First, you have to take the tire off. Then you install a new tube. And finally, you reinstall the tire.
First step in taking the wheel off is to loosen the nuts. To do this, you'll need a wrench. And you need to twist the nuts to the left to loosen.
Next, you need to remove the brake.
After removing the brake, you now need to flip the bike over so that you can remove the wheel. The wheel removes pretty easily. The chain just sits there loosely, so you can just pop it right off and you're ready to change the tire. To remove the tire from the rim, many people use a screwdriver to pry it off, but I wouldn't suggest using a screwdriver because a lot of times it can pop a hole in your tire. Today we're going to use tire levers, and what you do is you stick the tire lever in between the tire and the rim, and you pry the tire away from the rim. And then they've got little clips here that you can clip it onto the rim to hold it there. So then you spin the tire around a little more, stick it in here. Then you continue to do this around the wheel until the tire is completely off of the rim.
Now that you have the tire off, all you have to do to get the old tube out is pull it out.
Before you go to a store to replace your tube, you need to know what size tube you need. On your tire here, it tells you the dimensions of the tire.
Now that you have the new tube, you need to partially inflate it before you insert it in the tire.
The next step is to stick the new tube inside of the tire. Make sure that this little thing where you put the air in is sticking down.
Next, you need to put the tire back onto the rim. You need to make sure that the air nozzle fits through the hole in the rim that's made for it.
Next, you have to make sure that the 2 sides of the wheel are inside of the rim. So you do this by working your way around the wheel. One thing that you want to be sure of is that where you pump the air in is straight and not crooked. So move the tire around a little bit and make sure that that's coming through the hole straight.
Now you need to finish putting air in the tire.
Now that the tube's inflated, we need to put the wheel back on the bike. And make sure that the gear is between the chains so that the chain is resting on both sides of the gear. And
now you need to put the nut back on the axle. Now you need to tighten it by turning it to the right.
The final step is to clip the brake back on. So we need to flip the bike back over and grab the brake here and clip it back on.
To review, today we removed the back tire, replaced the tube with a new one, and then re-put the tire back on.
Time for a rematch.
So now you know how to change a bike tire.